Hello. I'm going to get started at about 12:03. I'll wait to see if anybody else is going to join in. We have 3 subscribers. Woohoo! Hi. How are you, Jess? I hope you're doing well. Are you surviving? Check in if you're here and you want to chat. And as I've mentioned, if you are one of my coaching clients, if you guys are struggling with something specific and want to address it, we can address it today or we can address it in a future episode. This is, as most of you have noticed, having a nutrition coach is part someone helping you with your food and part therapist. So if you guys, we can address anything during this time, especially because most of us tend to connect our food with our emotions. And I know I have done some emotional eating in the last, yay! I know I'm excited about this method too. It's a very good reminder to get some good habits in place. I'm stoked you're doing it. We started a group of people on Precision Nutrition's Pro Coach. Precision Nutrition was super cool, and they normally make us pay for their Pro Coach app, and they are making it available for people for free while this whole COVID thing is happening. So I launched a bunch of my clients on it, and it helps you with the eating habits. It helps you with the health habits of eating rather than just the, here is what you should be eating type of thing. All right, we will get started. So it is 12:03 and I'm going to jump into it. If you come on or if you have questions, feel free to voice them in the comments. And then, So today we are going to discuss finding purpose with your eating. If you are a coaching client of mine, I have discussed with you guys finding your why. And I have sort of stolen that from Simon Sinek. He is great. If you don't know or are not familiar with him, I highly recommend reading some of his stuff or listening to it on audiobooks, Finding Your Why. And that pertains to everything in life. When you find your why, when you find your purpose, then connecting those desires or goals that you have to that why, finding your why, then you can connect what you want to that why, and it makes it so much easier to obtain. So we're going to delve into your purpose with your nutrition. I talk to a lot of my coaching clients in the gym about finding your purpose and learning to feed your body as an athlete. I think that is a very powerful finding purpose, because then you understand the food that you put into your body helps you with your athletic performance. It helps you recover. It helps you sleep well. And all of those things are super important so that you can show up at the gym fresh and ready for another session. So finding purpose with your eating can go beyond just the gym. It doesn't have to be about that. It can be about you want to be healthy for your kids. You want to be healthy so that you can go hiking with your friends. You want to be healthy so that you feel confident and comfortable in your clothes. Finding purpose is going to help you when things get super, super hard and you want to give up. And it has to be something that you can connect with so deeply that you are willing to sacrifice that momentary instant gratification or the not wanting to get off the couch to go grocery shopping. You're willing to sacrifice those feelings to get to your long-term goal. And it's super, super, super important. It's probably the most important thing that I work with my clients on, is finding that deep resonating connection to Why are you hiring me? Why are you watching this YouTube video? Why are you scrolling at Instagram and Facebook looking for answers? What is the reason that you really, really want to change your eating habits? Have a different physique. It's super, super important. And one of the things that I like to do is really work with people on getting down to the nitty gritty, and then recognizing that you don't have to do it because society or someone else tells you that you need to. If you go to your doctor's office and he tells you that you're overweight, or that was so sexist. If she tells you that you're overweight and she says you need to lose weight because you're going to get type 2 diabetes if you don't. A lot of us, that's not going to matter because at some time in the future, and we all know people who have type 2 diabetes, and we're not super scared of that. So you're going to have a hard time potentially being scared by that and then saying, I'm going to change my eating habits. Maybe if she told you you were going to die tomorrow, then you'd be willing to make those changes. And it goes as something as simple as that. And then it also goes deeper into, the magazines tell us that we're supposed to be these super skinny, trim people. And we're not all designed like that, especially for women. We're designed to have meat on our bones. We're designed to have body fat. And I don't get to tell you, society doesn't get to tell you how you're supposed to look. It gets to be up to you. If you're rocking a 200-pound body and you are super, super fit and you feel good and you're comfortable, then you do you. Let's find how you need to eat to be healthy in that body. If you want to have a six-pack and it's because something you want and you can connect with it, then let's do that. But don't do it because you feel like you're supposed to, or you feel like that's expected of you, because then you're just going to get stuck in that cycle of losing weight and gaining weight and feeling like crap all the time. So you need to find your purpose for your eating. And this can change over a week. It can change over a lifetime. It really, really depends on what your goals are right now and what your goals are in the future. I have a friend who is pregnant. She's going to be due, I think she's due in July. Her purpose with her nutrition right now is to fuel her body so that she can make a healthy baby. I'm a CrossFit athlete, and my purpose right now is to fuel my body for my training. When I finish competitive CrossFit, then my nutrition goals and my purpose for my nutrition will be, maybe just sustaining a healthy body weight, or, maybe I'll find another sport that I get obsessed about. And it can be especially hard right now. And I want you all to acknowledge that. I want you to give yourself the space to be okay if you've been doing so great with the structure and the rigidity of work and school and training and life. And now all of a sudden you've lost all of that and you find yourself emotional eating more than ever before. It's okay. I did it. I went off the deep end, and I had a friend who was like, okay, you've had a week of a pity party, time to, put your big girl pants on and get your stuff together. And I even texted her, I'm like, I put my big girl pants on and they fell off. And what do? You pick them, you just pull them back on, right? But I also I gave myself permission to feel like that. We are in a very stressful, crappy situation right now. And if you find yourself seeking comfort in old habits, it's okay. What's not okay is if you continue down that road. You have to catch yourself. You ate the ice cream, you had chips for dinner instead of dinner. Whatever, it's one moment. Get back on track and then find that purpose. And for you guys right now, because our situations have changed, maybe finding your purpose is just to keep yourself healthy so that if you get sick or when you get sick, you have the strong immune system to protect yourself. Or maybe it's, you want to practice these habits that you've worked really hard at building so that you can maintain the hard work that you've put in. You know, I have a lot of clients who've really crushed the last 6 months to a year, and maybe their purpose, you know, had been, I want to feel myself in the gym, but now we're changing to my purpose is maintaining what I've worked so hard to have. And then when I get back, I won't have gained any extra weight. So, you know, that pull up that I finally got is still doable when I get back to the gym. And that's what I was talking about with our purpose or our focus in our nutrition changing over time. It can change, you know, week to week, month to month, you know, life stage to life stage. But you need to find it and connect with it. And then you also need to give yourself space to fail, because that's what a lot of what it is. You fail day to day with your nutrition. Inevitably, we rarely have a perfect day, but you need to give yourself that space to be okay with that. And when you do, then you're not going to be in this vicious cycle of you know, I'm starving myself and then I'm overeating and then I'm starving myself, because then you just get skinny fat and then you're screwed. So what are some things, some purposes that you could have right now with your eating? I mentioned earlier that you could connect with wanting to feed yourself to have a healthy immune system. And I also mentioned that you could just want to stay focused with your eating because you don't want to gain weight. There are some other ones as well. This is an awesome opportunity for a lot of people to choose to lose weight. You have a lot of time in your day. You have a lot of control over the factors that affect your eating. So you're not being called out to lunch to go with friends. Most of us are not drinking, or we're drinking less because we're not, you know, having all those social opportunities. So maybe now is the time to try to lose weight, or maybe it's time to focus on eating for stress management, and figuring out how do you support your system so that your stress is managed, because we are very stressed out right now. And we will delve a little bit more into this. If you guys have questions, so I've had a few people pop on and off. If you need help with this, if this is something that you're struggling with, like I had mentioned, I definitely personally had a few moments, and I even had one yesterday where I said, what's the point? Because it feels like this is a permanent situation, right? We don't have our regular people that we're used to interacting with, and we don't have our regular systems that we're used to relying on. I read this amazing article. If you're friends with me on Facebook, or I can email it to you, read this great article sent to me by a friend about how we're all grieving right now. And we're grieving for what we had in the past, and we're grieving for a life we don't know, or a life of uncertainty in the future. And that, when it comes to nutrition, that grief tends to be, maybe you're not eating at all because you're so stressed out, or maybe you're overeating because you're trying to manage your emotions. So thinking about that and how you're feeling, connecting with that is super, super important. And this is temporary, guys. Like, as discouraging as it may feel in this very moment, this is temporary. This whole situation is temporary. I stayed in my pajamas until 10 a.m. this morning. And then I had to stop and say, this is temporary, and I want to still take care of myself today. So I put on my clothes that I'm going to wear for the rest of the day, and I put on my makeup, and I said, I'm going to get through this day. I'm going to take really good care of myself today. And then tomorrow when I wake up, I will be one day closer to this being over. And I realized that this is an opportunity for me to practice that mentality Or the flip side is, you know, you get discouraged and you can say, what's the point? But the point is, if we say F it right now, then we've lost all the work we've put in. And then we are going to have to start back from, you know, zero when we get done with this. So we don't want to do that. Jess, do you have any questions? Anybody else that's logged in, do you guys have any questions, or do you need anything? Do you want to talk about anything? I'm here. I'm trying to build these live sessions out so that they're relative to what's going on right now. And I realize again that, as we've discussed, this is part having a nutrition coach is part telling you to eat your damn vegetables, and part therapy, and part, you know, connecting with our eating habits and how we feel. Also, I've drank way too much coffee being home by myself. This is like my 8th cup of coffee. It's probably not good, but yay, Jess! Eating your vegetables. That's awesome. Eat your vegetables. That's one of the most important things. How is everything going in general with your nutrition? You're eating your vegetables, staying consistent. God love you guys. I miss seeing you guys so much. And this one way, the YouTube live, it's great for storing videos for later, but it's definitely, I would definitely like a little more interaction. Maybe we'll do a nutrition Zoom conference. Good. Yeah, it's hard. I like I said, good. Awesome. Running more. Yeah, I went for a 5-mile run on Friday and about died. That was the first day that I decided to put my big girl pants on. Like, okay, maybe you can't be in the gym, but there's lots of opportunity for stuff to do. And there's lots of opportunity to take care of ourselves. Lots of time for self-care now. All that fun stuff. All right. Well, this was a pretty short one. I don't want to make them super long because I want people to watch them later if they have time. Me too. Curtsy lunges. Add them in like 3 times a week now. When we get back to the gym, we're going to have booties for days. That's awesome. All right. So Jess, if you need anything, anybody else that's watching, as I've mentioned, email me, Shawna at CrossFitHumanity.com, coaching at ShawnaNorton.com. Text me. If you have things you're struggling with, you're welcome. Thank you for watching. We'll be on tomorrow at 12 o'clock as well. If you have any ideas, anything your friends have discussed that they're struggling with, how can we help them through this? It's the cool thing about we're already ahead of the game because we've been working on our nutrition for a while. So a lot of people are now stuck at home and finding out that they like to snack too much. So if you guys need anything, hit me up. Otherwise, I will be here tomorrow at 12 o'clock, and we will continue our journey of nutrition. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have an awesome rest of your day.